And hello again. Welcome back to the Local Business Showcase, where we interview local Schenectady business owners and find out all about the businesses that make Schenectady a unique place to shop and get services. Today we have three very exciting guests, and jewelry and music and bargains, bargains, bargains. So stay tuned. I'd like to welcome my first guest. This is Joe Kelleher, and Joe is a mobile DJ. Welcome, Joe.
Well, thank you, Shelley. Hi.
It's great to have you on the show.
Likewise. Great to be here. Thank you.
So tell us all, what exactly is a mobile DJ?
Well, you see DJs advertised all the time, DJs who go out and do parties, weddings, all kinds of club events. And anybody who has their equipment packed up in their car is a mobile DJ.
Oh, so you don't work in one venue?
No. I'll travel around from venue to venue. And it's something I've been doing for over 20 years now. So I'm pretty familiar with it. Started out by using tapes and records and such, and condensed down to CDs, and now down to the computer.
So what got you interested in doing mobile DJing?
Back a while ago when I was in school, it actually started out with me singing. And I sang in school, I sang in choir, the churches that I was at, and it was something I always enjoyed and used to play as a DJ with my father's equipment down in the basement with a big old Fisher stereo and tape decks and putting vinyl on and 45s and such.
45s?
45s,
oh, there's
yes,
another
there's
anachronism.
another one. So it just kind of built up from there, and I was always fascinated by it, and we used to play like I was on the radio. Fast forward several years later, I was what I would do was I was listening to the radio station, and I was driving back and forth to work, but never heard a traffic report. So I said, "Hey, why don't I do this? Here I was a DJ. Let me contact these guys and say, let me do your traffic reports, and I'll just promote my business a little bit."
Were you doing DJing for money then, or were you just in your basement doing it?
Well, actually, no. I was DJing for money then. Let me backtrack a couple of years, right after my sons were born.
So wait a minute, you were in school, now your sons are born.
I was in school while I had gotten married since and
Okay.
such, but I'm going to fast forward through all
Okay.
that part for you, Shelley. And I had gone out to what I heard about this karaoke thing that was all brand new at the time. There was new stuff in the area. So I went out to these friends of mine who had a restaurant in Saratoga, Pinellas, and they were doing this karaoke show. Next thing I know, I'm up there and I'm hosting these karaoke shows for them.
I see.
And we just had such a blast. It was so much fun. Met some very interesting people, and it was the first time that my parents actually heard me sing.
Oh, and what did you sing?
I sang, it was, I believe it was On the Wings of Love.
Now, in the early days, was the equipment much different than it is now? It would seem because of digital, etc.
Oh, absolutely. This was before I had speakers that I could put up on stands, and you used to have to carry around the boxes of records and CDs or other tapes, and trying to queue up tapes was just, I don't even want to think about it anymore, because now we've transitioned through CDs onto all digital and computerized stuff. So now we can set up a playlist and just have it go and automatically transition from one song to the other, even queue up to where we can do voiceovers in the middle of it, and that's a lot of fun. So interestingly, when I went down to Pennsylvania and was down there, I worked for a television station where I started out doing the traffic reports for them on radio and TV, and became their IT manager, which is my true background. But this is my fun job. My DJ stuff is the fun job.
Oh,
That's
so
what I got.
this is your Clark Kent job as you're a computer geek.
Right.
And this is your Superman job. By night.
Or something like that. Yeah, we'll go with
Okay.
that. We'll go with that. But I even have the opportunity now to add some karaoke. So we have, I'll get up and sing, do a lot of classic rock and Billy Joel, Elton John, even Van Morrison, and
Brown Eyed
musicians
Girl,
like that. Brown
one of
Eyed
my
Girl.
top 10
I think,
favorites.
when you heard me over at the Rotary karaoke show, I sang the one-hit wonder from Ides of March, Vehicle, which is one of my favorites to go out and do. So
Yes.
we want to keep people up and moving and keep people up and running. And when I go out and do events, we want to make sure that I'm approachable and that people can come up and talk to me and ask me for a particular song. Interestingly enough, what I was able to do was work with this one company called DJ Intelligence, and they have a database online where people can go to my website, jckelleher.com, and they can click on a link to book their event right there. They can get an auto quote, which typically I'll go back and say, yeah, don't use that price. I'm going to give you a different price. Then they also have a music database online. I have a couple clients right now that can go up there and they can set up their whole show. Like anybody who's involved in the show, anybody we need to mention, special instructions, songs that they do want to play, and songs that they do not want played.
Oh, so if you're at a wedding
comes,
and you don't want the chicken dance?
Exactly. And in Pennsylvania, there wasn't a wedding that we didn't do without the chicken dance.
I haven't been to a wedding in
it.
25 years that didn't do the chicken dance, and whenever the Macarena came out, and
absolutely.
YMCA.
Yeah, the
those
YMCA.
are the three.
Those are all
And the hokey pokey.
Exactly, and those are all the classic dances that people ask for.
Because everybody can get up and do something to them.
Right. It was those were the predecessors to the electric slide and the cha-cha slide that you see now and the Cupid shuffle. And even when people get up and do that, and you see 8 different versions on the dance floor, after I get a little chuckle out of that, I'm like, all right, I'm going to stop the song. I'll get out there. We'll restart the song. And then everybody can be on the same page because I'll get up there and help them get into the dance. So I also wound up doing commercial voiceovers too.
Yeah.
So, and I do have a lot of those online. There's a multimedia page up on my website.
So how did that come about? How did you start doing that?
Well, that came about from when I was doing the television, the traffic reports on TV. And it really helped out a lot with developing the voice. And there's cue copies now, just like you, and you know this from doing television for as many years as, if not, about as I have, that when you do things, well, it's not always perfect the first time.
Right.
So I have this software right at my home where I can sit and edit it, and it's the same software that we used at the traffic studio.
Oh.
So
and what's
to
that?
copy it, it's called Audacity.
Oh yeah, Audacity.
Yeah, very simple. They have MP3 decoders that you can plug in, and then we used to use this software, and it's the same software that I use for another organization called the Radio Forecast Network, where I did radio weather reports for radio stations all over the nation. And we use this software, copy it, post it up to a website. The radio station or whoever goes up there, grabs it down, and they play it back right on the air.
Now, how do you do weather for stations all over the country?
Interesting that you asked that.
Yes,
Very good question.
Because nobody can seem to manage to get it right for here.
Well, we utilize, what they did was they utilized this proprietary software where they had multiple windows in the screen. So they had the copy on one side that we would read. They'd have the weather report in another corner with any details, temperature forecasts, the weather forecasts, any alerts, and basically that's what we'd read off of and kind of add our own little spin into it.
Oh.
Plus put the radio station's taglines on top of it or play over the top of music.
Oh, so it's almost like a podcast, individual podcast. For
Something like that, basically, yes. Yeah, we put that all together and then push it up to this FTP server, and which is FTP is file transfer protocol.
I know
I'm
what
sure
that
that you know
is.
what that
I
is
do.
for the sake of our audience.
That's right. IT geek here.
We do that too. So, but yeah, I've been doing this for 20 years now and love every minute of it. And I'm blessed to be here in Schenectady now and blessed to have a wonderful person in my life and to even now where I've gotten involved and been doing a lot of benefit events right here in Schenectady.
What's your favorite type of event to do?
A lot of I'll tell you what, I love doing the parties and the weddings. The dances that I've done are really, really terrific. I've done a lot of the dances for the it's the Southern Saratoga County Parents of Ed Partners chapter in the area.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic bunch of people. Even Singles Outreach, I've done a lot of their dances here too.
Oh.
But some of my favorites are the charity events that I've gone out to, because they know that you're out there and you're doing it for them. And people really are very grateful and very thankful. They come up and they thank me for my services, and it's like, whatever I can do, this is my community too now. Even to where the point where I spoke with my wife and she has me running for Schenectady City Council. So that's a
Yes.
whole other thing.
So
But
pretty soon it could be councilman job.
well, we'll see what happens. We've got some great people involved there too. But I'm glad to offer the services that I have available, and glad to get out there and be part of the community and keep going. In fact,
Now, tell me a little bit more about, you said earlier to me that you integrate your IT background with your DJing.
well, we've been able to not only automate the process, which a lot of DJs have done recently now. I guess I was one of the ones that was a little more ahead of the curve when I got it back a number of years ago, and started using some software to do that, and converting all the DVDs and vinyl and tapes and such that I have into individual audio files. But we also have, I have the option now to add video effects in, and karaoke, so we can have a screen with video effects and that go to the beat of the music, which is really very cool.
Totally cool.
Yeah.
So now, what are the top 5 songs that are most requested?
Wow, you know what? It changes, Shelley, from venue to venue and from place to place, but we get a lot of the line dances, mostly the line dances. Things like what we had talked about, the Casper slide. Get a lot of people ask for the electric slide, the cha-cha slide.
Well, what about at karaoke when people are singing? Are there particular songs that they request to sing?
There are a lot of ones, of course. There are particular artists that we hear more often than not. And always, as many other local DJs can tell you, Nick Barber, Joe Sinatra, they'll tell you that they get requests for people like Frank Sinatra. You'll hear Michael Bublé. Get a lot of the common dances, like you'll hear the common songs like B-52's Love Shack. You get people stop singing that from the movie Grease. You see your Summer Nights. People love to sing that. So, and if there's people that really aren't used to singing but they want to do it, they get the group songs. That people will come up and do the group songs. But that's what that's all about. And what karaoke actually means is, as the word karate means empty hand, karaoke is empty orchestra. And so it started in Japan many years ago. And when it migrated over here to the United States, I know a lot of people have thought it was just going to be a fad, and it was far from it. And it's grown in popularity. And you can't travel around the country and not find some place that has karaoke at least one night a week.
That's true.
It's amazing.
See, now I always thought karaoke meant can't sing but still has to get up on that stage.
Oh yeah, yep. You have people have their liquid courage, and they get up there in the microphone, and it's really, you just need to go up there and have fun. And you find the people that take it very seriously.
Oh, yes.
I knew one gentleman who actually kept a log file of what he wore and what he sang at each location, so he would never wear the same thing in the same place and never sing the same song at the same place. It was incredible. He had it down to a science.
Okay.
He had it down to a
And
science.
really has no life, obviously.
It was interesting, yeah.
Well, I suppose everybody has to have something.
Absolutely. So, but people can check the website. They can see places that I'm going to be at. And if they have any questions, they can always contact me. My cell phone number, my email address, or they're both up on the website there.
Great.
And any other questions that they have, or comments, thoughts, ideas, what they'd like to see, it'd be great to know.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for coming
Thank you,
and
Shelley. Always great to
chatting with
see
me
you.
today.
It's been a pleasure.
It's been a real pleasure. And I can't wait to see you at your show on the 26th.
It'll be a lot of fun.
It will be.
Thanks a lot, Shelley.
Alrighty. Stay tuned. Next up, we've got some beautiful bling to show you. Well, welcome back. My next guest he's the king of bling. This is Joe Delafano from Regency Jewelers, which recently opened up a beautiful store on Altamont Avenue in Rotterdam. And he's got a very interesting process in how he makes jewelry. So he's going to tell us all about us and show us some beautiful bling. Welcome, Joe.
Shelley, thank you. It's a
Thanks
pleasure
so much
to be.
for
I thought
coming
you
on.
would have a desk and there'd be a couch and a band. But we
No,
didn't
no,
get that
no, no
today.
band
No
here.
band.
I had the DJ. I should have had him.
You should have had him play.
There you go.
Well,
Well, thanks so much for coming on. And you look gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
Wearing the purple shirt when, Shelley's favorite color is purple.
That's it. That's why I wore it. I knew it. Did my research.
Now, you were telling me before about this process you have for making the jewelry, and Regency Jewelers makes its own jewelry.
Yes, we make approximately 60%. We do a nice blend of national designers, and we make our own. And how we make our own it's called 3D printing. And I don't know how many in your audience are familiar with 3D printing, but it's the next new technology out there.
I have read a little bit about it.
3D printing allows you the whole panoramic design of jewelry, not just flat planes. It's pretty intense how it works. It builds it up instead of around. It builds it up from layers. It's pretty intense.
So you get real three-dimensional?
Right, you get the side, the bottom, the top. And how I do it, if you were to make something, which I know you want to do, but if you were to make something, how you do it in our store, and I provided some store shots, so maybe you could slip them in somewhere during the interview.
Yes.
But how I do it is if you come in, you have a picture, or you want our guys to just hand sketch something. After we do that, it goes right on the screen, and they'll design it right while you're sitting there in a first a two-dimensional, then they'll switch it to a three-dimensional format. And then they'll email you that three-dimensional format. You can open up on your desktop, laptop, on your phone, and you can move it all around with your mouse and see the inside, the outside, from any view you like. Once you get done viewing that and you like it, or you want to make changes, we make the changes. But on your final approval, then we'll print the wax, and we'll print it. And how it prints is instead of turning
Put the glasses on here.
and a needle coming down and putting the design, 3D printing prints from this way in layers, and it goes up. So you get every piece of the layer of the 3D printing. Every piece of it's there.
So almost like building a building by the foundation,
Right,
first floor,
exactly.
second floor.
There-
See,
there's-
Daddy was a builder. I understand these things.
Architects use that technology. They've used it probably longer than jewelers. And I don't know how many jewelers use it in this area, but I don't think any are really using it.
How long have you been using it?
Approximately 8 years now. So we're pretty
long? Wow.
pretty strong. We have the only design center of its kind in the country. We were at the Las Vegas trade show for the last 8 days, and they asked me to speak on their closed circuit network in regards to 3D printing. One of the trade magazines, In-Store Magazine, did a story on us. So we're pretty well known in the industry right now. They're going to do a 4-page article on our store. I put a clock in the floor of our store. It's pretty cool, right in the floor. It's gorgeous. And the reason I did the redesign of the store was because of 3D printing, because it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and I needed a whole complete area to encompass that kind of technology. It's growing.
Now, where was your store before?
We built this store in 2007,
Right.
but the inside already in 5 years needed an update. But before that, we were about a half a mile up the road, corner Chrysler and Altamont.
Oh, okay, I remember that.
We
store.
had 2 other stores too, one in St. James Square and the other one in Clifton Park
Right.
Center. But I wanted to close them and put them there because that's where all our technology and our experts for that technology are. are right there, so we keep everything there. It's a really gorgeous building.
Oh, I
Gorgeous
remember when it was
inside.
being, sorry, I remember when it was being built, and it's just this classy building on Altamont Avenue, and it's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's a great to be there. It's a great experience to shop at. You can check out the building on our website. It's shopregencydjewelers.com. Really, really nice building.
So how long have you been in the jewelry business?
About 20 years. You know, we started small and we've been growing ever since. And then,
And
poof,
what-
here you have it.
What made you decide to go into jewelry?
The boxes were small and they were light. Really love jewelry, but that's a bonus too, the small boxes.
Was it a family trip? I mean, was your father?
No. Just took an interest after a few years, knocking around here and there, and picked it up and started working in the industry, and one thing led to another. Opportunities came up, and I should have 3D printed the building though too, but I didn't do it.
So do you like to do designing yourself?
Yeah, my son, I do, but now my son does all the technology parts. It's past me in 5 years. Before I could do most of it, now he does almost all of it. Jeff's a great designer, great with all the different languages you have to speak, computer speak languages. He
Right.
does really well at that and makes some great designs. He's going to be entering some national contests soon
Oh.
for his design work, so it's pretty exciting field to be in right now.
So tell us, how has the jewelry business, other than this particular technique, how has it changed over the years since you have such a long...
Well, predominantly, you see what happened to gold once in a lifetime. And a little history on gold. Back in 2001, right around 9/11, because everyone remembers that date, how could you ever forget that? Gold was about $250 an ounce. Spin it forward to maybe a year ago, a little over that, it went up to 1900. So you see that climb from that small an amount to that large an amount only once in a lifetime. And I think if you're my age and my birthstone was chiseled in stone, you've seen it twice. It happened in the 80s.
Right.
It really went crazy. Same thing happened again. It was really low, really high. That's the biggest difference you see now, because you get a lot of sticker shock now. People bought a chain maybe 10 years ago, paid $400 or $500. That same chain is probably going to be $1,800, $2,000 now.
Right.
So that's the biggest thing I've seen. Then the 3D printing, we're just at the beginning of the bell curve with that. They're telling me that 3D printing is going to be as big as the steam engine in its day,
Wow.
as big as the invention of the big IBM computers in their day. That's where that's going to go.
Yes, I had read about 3D printing not long before you and I chatted that day, and I had never heard of it before, but it was in relation to a different industry, and I said, wow, that's really something. And then, lo and behold, I meet you, and you tell me you're doing jewelry already with it.
There was a story on a couple of the AOL storylines, Huffington Post. Guy made a gun with 3D printing, and it actually worked. Fired. He could fire the gun. It's pretty crazy what you can make with that.
Yeah.
I just make harmless jewelry like this bracelet.
Yeah. Let's see this bracelet. Take it off. Take it off. Let me see.
Oh yeah, you'll see how heavy
Bling,
it is.
bling. I want bling.
You'll see how heavy it is.
Yeah, I'm already drooling over it. Can't you tell that? I promise not to get your bracelet all wet.
That's okay. It's
Oh, it is heavy.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
It's about 5
Beautiful.
carats of diamonds. I used white gold, yellow gold, alternating links. We made the link. We repeated the link and then put them together.
Yes, I really like
Assembled
that
the
chain.
clasp. Yeah.
We'll get a close-up of this.
That's all made with 3D printing.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
And now, obviously, this is yellow gold. Is this white gold? Or
Yes,
is this
white gold.
So white gold and then the diamond in it.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose I should put on my glasses so I can really see.
Well, those diamonds are plenty big enough. You can see
no,
them without
I
them.
wanted to see what's around them. Are they? Oh, so they're little diamonds on the side
Oh,
too.
yeah.
I wasn't sure if that was engraving or so. Lots of diamonds and beautiful gold. Yes. Well, thank you for
Yeah,
bringing
you keep that in.
Thank you.
And
So
then,
what else have we got here?
This one is a ring I made. It's called an abstract. What it is it can be interpretive. You can think it's a city skyline.
I was going to say
You
that's
can-
what I thought it was at
You
first.
can
Was a city
think
skyline.
it's a tree line. You can think it's the three wise men looking at the North Star. There's so many people comment on that, right? It's just
I guess I could see that, but definitely city skyline came to my mind first.
just
and
an
trees.
abstract of
It's
nothing.
really nice. Now, these are obviously diamonds here.
Pave
What-
set diamonds.
And what is this in here?
Gold, high polished gold.
It's got a texture to it.
Yep.
Oh, so those aren't itty bitty stones. Those are.
They're about 20 pointers a piece. It's maybe.
No, I mean right in here.
Oh
Look at
yeah,
this.
yeah. Those are small stones in there.
Oh, okay. So there's lots of stones in there. That's beautiful. Again, you can tell it's really well made.
Yeah, won't have any issues with the make.
No.
I also even made my lapel pin.
Oh my heavens!
My lapel pin is for my racing stable. We own horses.
Do you?
Yeah, we're gonna try and get one to the Travers this year. We'll see. But it's 5 state stables, and I make these pins. I make them for corporate. I make a lot of different things for corporate right now.
Well, I noticed that you were in this publication, which is a trade publication for jewelers,
Yes, it is.
and it's called In Store.
Yes, In-Store Magazine.
In-Store
Their biggest
Magazine.
issue for any jeweler's magazine is their May issue, because it is before the second largest show in the world for jewelers, which is the end of May, beginning of June in Las Vegas.
And here on page 94, this is the May 2013 issue, How We Use 3D Printing to Make Custom Jewelry. Joseph Delafano and Jeff Brion. Regency Jewelers, Rotterdam, New York. So
Good old
there
Rotterdam
it is.
and Schenectady.
On the
County.
map, so to speak. A very nice picture of you. Well, that's excellent. I mean, this to be in your own industry's trade publication, which is very beautiful. This looked like Forbes magazine.
It's a really nice magazine. They do a wonderful job.
Ooh, Legacy
That's our
VIP.
badge for the Las Vegas show.
Las Vegas.
8 days we were out there.
Nice.
40,000 attendees for that show, that trade. That's a lot of people.
That is a lot of people.
And to speak on their closed circuit network was pretty flattering, to be honest with you.
Oh.
I
So you
spoke
got
about
to
3D printing.
Oh, great.
How I did it. I spoke about our store, because our store is a really gorgeous store. Interior with the way we did it, with the Italian porcelain floor, the new cases, the design center, the clock in the floor. That's how everyone remembers us now. is
Right.
There's a
The
clock in the floor. But they asked us to speak on how I did it, how I designed it, who I used, why I did it, which was because of 3D printing. That precipitated the whole design center project, and then the whole store got the makeover.
Great. And you got to talk all about it.
Yes, I did.
So I want to ask too, you talk about the gold being different price-wise. What about styles over the years that you've been? Is there...
Styles come and go, but if you stay with a classic look, halo designs are pretty popular now, where you take a center stone and the circumference is diamonds all around it. It looks like a halo around your diamond. Those are pretty popular, but they were popular 15, 18 years ago, but they've come back. White gold is always strong in engagement. That's what we're known for mostly, is engagement rings. That's our bread and butter. We've designed engagement rings for a long time on the rotary, then we went to 3D printing, but that's why the national wedding engagement ring and wedding band companies want to come to us, like Scott K and Natalie K. They want to be involved with us because they know we already have a following as being the new way to do things.
The place to go
Right.
for your
The
engagement
people
ring.
to be at.
Oh, I see. So other than diamonds, because that's pretty much timeless with engagement rings, but in any kind of jewelry, what's What are the popular stones these days?
The birthstones are always going to be popular. You know, for any month you're born, February's amethyst purple. That's why I picked it, because you're
Yep.
like, so that must be your favorite.
It's also my birthstone.
Well, that's
For
right.
any viewer who might be interested, yes, we do accept bribe gifts
Yeah.
on the show.
Let me write this down.
No.
But yeah, they're all popular. All the birthstone ones. Sapphire is pretty popular. You know, it's a nice stone. But sapphire comes in every color. Did you know that?
I did know that.
It comes in every color. A lot of the viewers might not know that. Traditional blue is the most popular. Comes in every color. I have a nice stone that we're going to do a line around. Two things we're going to do. One's called a twilight topaz.
Ooh.
And that's really a pretty stone. And there's another one called morganite. It's really like a pinkish champagne color. Really nice stone. We're going to have those out for fall too.
What does twilight topaz look like?
It's like a dusky pink almost.
Ooh, I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to come check that out.
Yeah, that one's a nice. It's a very mysterious stone.
Ooh.
So we're going to do that one. Not many people work with that kind of stuff. They just give you here it is, good luck, pick from this, goodbye.
Right.
I can make anything.
Ah.
I can make
Okay.
anything. I could put, if you wanted to do Shelley on a ring, I could put your face on a ring and make it.
Oh boy, could you just imagine that? My face on a ring. Oh, but I've got an amethyst that's sitting in a drawer back home that I bought. I can't even tell you how many years ago down in St. Thomas that I kept saying I'm going to have something done with this.
do a
It's
lot
still
with that.
sitting there. Yeah.
You get a lot of those stones on cruises, vacations. You know, they're pieces you're trying to remember a time in your life, and that's what most jewelry is. It represents a time in your life
Right.
that you want to earmark.
Do you find that the vintage and retro looking styles are popular now?
No, a little bit here and there, but not quite as strong as bridal, not quite as strong as the halo, not as strong as the birthstones. But you get a fair share of that, yeah. And I could make a vintage piece. I could make it look vintage,
Right.
brand new. If you like that, it's called Edwardian style.
Yes.
If you like that Edwardian style look, it's easy for us to do.
It sounds like with your 3D you can do
I can
anything.
do anything. I can make a building. Maybe I'll make another store, Shelley.
There you go. Make a little store, a little jewelry store. A little jewelry
Good
charm
idea.
or something.
That's what I'll
Charm
do. I'll
bracelet.
do a store pin.
There you go. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show today and showing us the bling and telling us all about bling styles.
Don't forget, Regency Jewelers, 1540 Altamont Avenue, shopregencyjewelers.com.
And welcome back. My next guest has a brand new store on Upper Union Street with a retail background. And let's welcome Jason Moten. Jason, welcome to the show.
Hello, Shelley.
I'm glad you're here.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
Well, I love your store. You know that because I've been there now 4 times since I even met you 3 weeks ago.
Absolutely.
So tell us a little bit about your background in business.
I have a strong background in customer service from previous jobs that I've had. My mother and other family members are also in retail, so they were very helpful with taking things to the next level.
So in this economic climate, what made you decide to go into a retail store when there's such a history of those types of businesses failing within the first couple of years to 5 years? What made you go out on that limb?
Yes, I went out on the limb because I felt that a lot of people these were more necessities than wants. Everything in my store is more just household cleaning items, health and beauty products, things that you're going to need to buy, rather you get them here or at the next place.
So that's what you decided to be, is service oriented towards your consumers.
Exactly.
And everything is absolutely brand name.
Everything is
I'll
brand
say that.
new,
I know. I couldn't
brand
believe
name.
when I went in there. I was expecting it to be like a dollar store with
Yes.
names that they make up, but no, these are the household names that every single one of us knows.
Mm-hmm.
And Bargains, bargains, bargains.
Yes, absolutely. Everything's generally 50 to 70% off, and we
And brand new. This isn't something that expired 2 weeks ago, or is it going to expire the day after you buy it either?
yes, that's correct. Everything
Okay.
is brand new.
So did you have a business before you opened up on Union Street? Did you have another location somewhere?
Previous to that, we did start another location, but it didn't really take off the way we wanted to. Originally, we started getting these items for our personal use, and then we sold them to friends, and we had such a broad, we were getting such great feedback on the things that we were getting for our friends and family that the only next move was to open up a store.
So you started really as a home-based business that
Absolutely.
you've expanded to the brick and mortar world.
Yes, absolutely. Me and my partner, Heather Schaefer.
And Heather. So do you divide the jobs since the two of you are running everything?
Yes, yes, we do run everything just between the two of us. Being that we haven't gotten the chance to hire employees yet, we just do our best to accommodate each other's schedules.
And you just opened the store, what, January?
It was in October.
That
Yep,
long?
right before the Harvest Festival. We opened in October, and since then we've seen a steady increase in sales and positive feedback. I was very impressed with the power of word of mouth. I feel that that's been our best form of advertisement since we opened.
Why not? Again, tell me a little bit more, well, without giving away any of the company secrets, how you came up with the idea of this particular store.
Like I said, we did have another store previous to this, and I felt that the other things as far as like cigarettes and beer and everything like that, it wasn't really, I wanted to do away with those things and just kind of focus on the necessities, like I was saying. So I did the boutique thing, and I just mainly focused on health and beauty and household items to kind of get rid of the wants and focus more on the needs.
Okay. Now, your other store was where, in Albany?
Yes, it was in Albany.
And it was more like the typical corner store
Yes.
with cigarettes, lottery tickets,
Uh-huh.
soda, that sort of thing.
Absolutely.
And
And
that
I-
really caters to people's vices as opposed to their...
Yes, and it also had
Necessities.
shelving in that store, and that's the one thing that I think separates one huge sale from most other stores, is that we also, with that, we have everything on tables, and marketing, it's very important to try different things as far as, changing from the gondola shelving to a table. That's why a lot of stores tend to put out clearance tables. A lot of people do tend to like to shop on tables.
Well, I love the way
Mhm,
your store is
yes.
laid out, and I find it very easy to see everything that's on
Mhm.
display, and you're not knocking things over like I tend to do. And there's always something new. Almost every single day, there's some other new
Yes.
item
Yes.
to go and look at.
That is the key, because the prices are so low. It is usually best that you do buy everything while you are there and get it while it's there, because the next time you come, it's usually going to be gone, and we will have something new. And again, that's another thing that separates us from most other stores, is that we do have a variety in product, and the variety is always changing. So it's one of those stores that you want to make sure you stop into at least once a week to be sure that you didn't miss anything.
You weren't originally from Schenectady,
No, I'm from Colony.
from Colony, but yet you decided to open up one business in Albany, and now you've moved to Schenectady. What made you decide to come to Schenectady?
Yes, I chose Schenectady because I feel that they had a lot more to offer as far as in the business world. Upper Union Street bid offers a lot as far as, community-wise and doing things within the inner circle, and the Schenectady Chamber of Commerce was very helpful, meeting Scott Oswald, Chuck Steiner. They're all very great people, and they've opened so many doors for me to excel and get further in my business.
And what is that? Have they given you training, contacts? How has that chamber specifically helped you?
Well, the chamber holds mixers once a month, and just contact to contact. Just the amount of people that I've met through the chamber, it's pretty unbelievable.
And did you take advantage of any other of the services the chamber offers?
Yes, I have. We did a ribbon cutting where the mayor and Mr. Tedesco came out, the assemblyman, and Councilman Marion Porterfield. They all have come into the store to show their support.
That's excellent. Have they come back to shop?
Yes, they do.
Oh, great!
Yes,
so,
they do.
So we could even meet celebrities in your store.
Yes, local celebrities.
Yes. Well, you meet me. I'm in the store all
in
the time.
Schenectady County.
So, tell me some about how you chose the location where you are.
We were driving past. We happened to see the for rent sign outside, and we called them. We jumped on it immediately, put down the down payment. We figured it was a great area. It all looked nice.
So you liked Upper Union Street because it was a real shopping neighborhood. I know people in that neighborhood really support the stores there.
Yes, the community, everybody supports small business on Upper Union Street. There is a lot of foot traffic. All the local people shop locally, and the other business owners show a lot of support as well.
Great. So what made you specifically choose Schenectady?
I felt that Schenectady was up and coming. I've been seeing a lot of things on the news about how they support small business and the changes that they were trying to make, all the changes that they're doing in downtown Albany and supporting small business and giving people a chance to go into business for themselves.
And you have, your partner lived here too, I believe.
Yes, my partner is from Niskayuna and Schenectady County. We
And
also have friends and family that are from the area, so we really wanted to support the county. And being that I also moved out to Schenectady County myself.
So you're a local business owner.
I am a local business owner. Absolutely.
There you go. So that's what
Standing
we
behind
want.
Schenectady.
People
100%.
in Schenectady. Good. And the different organizations that support business, you say the Upper Union Street Business and Improvement Development Department and the Chamber of Commerce has been helpful to you.
Yes.
So you feel as a new Schenectady business owner, you've been well supported.
Absolutely. And I would
Great.
definitely suggest Schenectady for a great location for anyone else who would like to launch a new business.
Excellent. Well, Jason, thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
And I can't wait for my next visit up to one huge sale.
Absolutely.
For my bargains.
Saving huge money.
Yes, brand name bargains. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right. And that's it for today, folks. Another episode of the Local Business Showcase. I want to thank all of my guests. Joe Keller, Joe DiStefano, and, all right, let me do that again. Joe Kelleher, Joe Delafano, and Jason Moten. And I want to thank my crew for being so wonderful and patient with me. And of course, you, my viewers. Tune in again next time for the Schenectady Local Business Showcase.